Do you remember the first time you did it? That rush, that euphoria. Look at you now. You have become a zombie. Where have you reached? You started looking for violence, and now you are searching for gay content. Who are you anymore? I know this because I was drowning just like you, but I haven't done it for 2 years. I am going to give you a 100% effective way to quit. But first, forgive me, I need to shock you. Do you know how the people of Lot started? You think God created them that way? No. They were wealthy, but a famine hit. Someone suggested, if we rape the outsiders who come here, they will stop taking our resources. It was a deterrent. But when the famine ended, the vice remained. They got hooked on the act itself. They perverted their nature. And now, look at you. You have developed abnormal urges. You watch things that would terrify a normal person. You start a video, but you can't finish it. You skip scenes. You look for violence. You look for anatomy that doesn't exist. Then violence becomes boring, and you seek the most extreme content. Eventually, you find yourself watching men. Do you know what happens when you drink salt water? You get thirstier. This addiction has no limit. You start watching gay content, and suddenly, you sit with your male friend and get intrusive thoughts. Don't tell me, I only watch girls until I get married. That is a lie. Everyone says that until they find themselves deep in the filth. I haven't given you the solution yet, because you need to know where you stuck your head first. Point 2. The spectator trap. What does your brain know about sex? It is a process between two people for pleasure or reproduction. But you are watching a fornicator with a fornicatress. You are programming your brain to be a spectator. Your subconscious is smart, but primitive. Imagine your wedding night, you and your wife. Your brain will ask, where is the third guy? Where is the screen? I'm used to watching, not doing. You might try to replicate the violence you saw online. Your wife will hate it. You will start comparing her to the actresses. The result? You will finish in seconds, just to get it over with. If she is a good woman, she won't cheat, but you will live a miserable life. You won't enjoy marriage because you destroyed your ability to connect. The final and most dangerous point, dopamine. This is the hormone of drive. You want money? Dopamine. You want sex? Dopamine. Dopamine has a baseline. When you go to the gym, it rises slightly, then returns to the baseline. When you have real sex, it rises, then returns. But pornography and masturbation, they spike your dopamine far above the line. It goes so high that when you try to have real sex, it feels boring. You have destroyed your baseline. You are chasing a high that real life can never give you. The problem isn't just that the high doesn't last, it's that the crash is equal to the high. This is why you feel regret. After you finish and shower, your dopamine is below the baseline, struggling to recover. If you do it again, it spikes and crashes even harder. Over time, your normal baseline shifts upward. This means you are constantly anxious. You go to the gym to feel good, but the natural dopamine release doesn't reach your new, elevated baseline, so you don't feel happy. You have sex, but it doesn't hit the line either, so you don't enjoy it. This is why married men still do it. And the more you do it, the higher the line goes. Eventually, even the act itself barely crosses the line. You stop enjoying it. You have two choices: escalate to extreme content, like we discussed, or continue doing it mechanically without pleasure. In both cases, natural joys never cross your threshold again. Your life becomes hell. But even in the darkest night, the sun rises. If you stop, the line returns to normal. Just as it went up, it can come down. This happens if you avoid instant gratification like gaming and porn. If the line drops, you will start enjoying small things again and feeling happy most of the time. So, give me the solution. The biggest mistake is trying to quit the habit. Why? Because you don't understand how habits work. In 1955, during the Vietnam War, the US noticed their soldiers were underperforming. They found out they were all addicted to heroin. They brought them home to treat them. Surprisingly, once back with their families, the addiction vanished overnight. But when they sent them back to Vietnam, they relapsed immediately. Experts realized the problem was the cues: boredom, war stress. At home, those cues didn't exist. You can't just delete a habit, you must replace it. You are probably predicting your next move. Tomorrow, I will go to school, then the gym, then sleep. No time for it. It works for one day, but the day after, you have free time, you watch a series, you see a trigger scene, and you relapse. Solution 1. Build habits, don't just fill time. Filling time isn't enough, because eventually you will have a gap. You need to build structured habits that happen at the same time every day. Solution 2. Sport, the bucket theory. Imagine you are a bucket with a hole at the bottom. The hole is masturbation. The water is your energy. The tap is exercise. Even if the bucket has a hole, if the tap is running full blast, the bucket won't empty completely. If the hole is small, the bucket might even fill up. Exercise keeps you standing, even if you haven't quit yet. Forget the first two solutions if you want, but grasp these next two because they will save you. First, willpower is a muscle. If you overuse a muscle, it gets tired. If you rely only on willpower to resist, you will eventually fail. Imagine a 12-year-old boy who has been addicted for years and wants to quit. One morning, he goes to the store. He chats with the shopkeeper, smells her perfume, sees her. He looks her over. Excuse my terms. He tells himself, God is good, lowers his gaze and leaves. He goes home, has lunch, and lies down to watch a movie. Scene 1. He skips it. Scene 2. He stares for a bit, then skips. Scene 3. He says, God is merciful, and resists. He hasn't done anything yet. Evening comes. He goes to the Corniche with friends. He starts scanning. Look at what she's wearing. Look at that one. He stares freely. Later at night, he wants to sleep, but checks Instagram first. The urges hit him, and he collapses. I ask you, why did he resist in the morning, but fail at night? It's not because the night temptations were better. It's because his willpower bar was empty. He spent it all day resisting small urges without truly lowering his gaze. He didn't come to restrict you, he came to protect you. Which is harder, resisting a glance or resisting the raging desire after the glance? You stare, but you don't want to act. It doesn't work that way. Secondly, there comes a flatline period, maybe a week or two, where you have zero urge. Your brain stops pestering you. Maybe the body needs rest, I don't know. But this period is deceptive and short. The urge will return. You must exploit this quiet time to quit while you can. If you quit but keep staring at women, you will suffer. Return to your religion. God knows you are weak and set rules to protect you. Now, for the part you will like. What happens when you quit? Remember when I said dopamine is the hormone of motivation? When you cut off the cheap source, porn, your brain panics. It needs dopamine, so it motivates you to find it elsewhere, in work, in the gym. Here is the magic. Because your brain is desperate for dopamine, it will hyper-focus on whatever work you do to extract that reward. 1. Motivation and focus increase. 2. Social anxiety drops. Your brain, denied sexual release, will push you to talk to women. You will lose your shyness. But be careful. If you talk to them and get rejected, your brain might trick you into relapsing. If you succeed with women outside marriage, you are just trading a small sin for a bigger one. When you cut the habit and refuse fornication, only one path remains: marriage. I know what you are thinking. Marriage will ruin me financially. Look at the celebrities who divorced. What do they have in common? They didn't marry with pure intentions or build on a solid foundation. They married just to legalize what they were already doing. Listen, you will reach your sexual goals either way. Choose the halal way or the haram way. It's your call. 3rd, testosterone. Scientifically, testosterone increases by chasing healthy dopamine. What is healthy dopamine? Going to the gym, struggling, and seeing results after a month. That is a reward after effort. What is bad dopamine? Pulling out your phone and getting off with zero effort. Science proves that pursuing healthy dopamine boosts testosterone. You know what happens when your testosterone rises? You become a man. 4th, sleep and energy. When you do it and sleep, your brain has to work overtime to replenish the fluid you wasted. The brain controls every process. So, instead of just repairing your muscles, it has to rebuild that fluid too. You sleep 10 to 12 hours and wake up exhausted. When you stop, your brain focuses solely on muscle repair. You sleep less, but wake up energized. Finally, if you stay up late, you likely suffer from this problem. Watch my other video to fix your sleep schedule.